Will you join with me in prayer? Oh God, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight, for you are our strength and our Redeemer. Amen. So this story of the bridesmaids is really very strange, isn't it? Really strange. Do you find yourself identifying with the so-called wise bridesmaids or the ones that are foolish? The ones who brought enough with them or the ones that didn't plan well enough? Are you among those who worry about everything being in place? Are you among those who think that you've packed everything for a trip, checked everything off your list, and still have this nagging feeling that you forgot something? Are you the one that arrives at a destination and has always forgotten something important, like your pajamas? How do you define being ready? Well, I think I do a pretty good job. I try not to overpack, but I also worry that I'm prepared for rain, snow, sleet, the possibility of swimming, and I have to make sure that I pack the chamomile tea in case I need something to put myself to sleep. Do you poo-poo those foolish bridesmaids and think to yourself, well, they should have prepared. They should have made a list. They knew this wedding was coming. Any of us that have been involved in weddings know you got to be prepared for just about anything. But I also imagine their disappointment when they had to make that last-minute run to get more oil and returned only to discover that the bridegroom had come and gone. I feel for those bridesmaids. Haven't you had days when your oil ran out? Haven't you had days when you just don't have any more light to shine? Haven't you had days when you just say, I just can't wait another minute. My heart is just breaking too much. When you read the story on one level, it sounds really bad, doesn't it? Like, could this really be Jesus shutting the door? The oil is used up and somehow the rest of your life has been shut off and you've been kept out of the kingdom because you just didn't have enough oil for your lamp that day? And what's up with those wise ones? Why are they wise when they were so greedy they wouldn't share? I keep looking at this thinking, come on, Jesus, what are you talking about here? What are we supposed to be getting from this story about some that didn't prepare and some that did prepare and those that prepared aren't sharing and you, dear Lord, are closing the door on them? But sometimes perhaps I read too much into things. This is about being ready. It's about being awake. It's about being prepared for opportunities to welcome the Christ into our lives. And when we miss an opportunity, we miss it. The door is closed. There may be a chance that we could have been someone that let our light shine, that we could have been that one who reached out to a neighbor in need. We could have been that one that could have been the listening ear, the open heart, the open mind to a family member or a friend. You know what follows this story in Matthew 25? One that we teach our kids all the time. It's the go-to story for any of us when we're speaking or preaching about mission. Because after this story comes the account where Jesus says, when you did this unto one of the least of these, you did it to me. It's the story about when people say, when did we see you, Lord? And Jesus said, every time you gave someone that cup of water, or you gave someone food, or you gave someone clothing who didn't have clothing, you gave it to me. It's about missed opportunities. It's about people who had a chance to help, and they missed it. So I think if we have to look at the whole chapter here to see what Jesus is reminding us of, to be open, to be awake, to be ready, to be watchful, so that when the moment presents itself, when a neighbor or a family member has a need, we're ready, being prepared with those acts of justice and hospitality, of witness and learning, when we can build up the beloved community. We don't know when those opportunities may come, but Jesus says they come. And are we ready? Thanks be to God. Amen. May we join our hearts in prayer. God, we know that it's often hard to wait and stay alert. We're accustomed to waiting for circumstances to change, waiting for pain and heartache to become more manageable, waiting for test results. We've been taught to wait patiently for the rainbow after every storm, but life has taught us that every storm is really different. We wait and we wait, but our waiting is not meant to be sitting back as if nothing has come our way. You send us helpers, you send us messengers, you send us opportunities, you send us situations, you send us to places where we can be that light shining in the darkness. You call us to active waiting because we just never know when that opportunity to shine our light, to share your love, justice, and mercy and peace may come into our midst. Help us to be alert to the needs around us and to work towards the change for which we await, a world filled with justice and peace for all. Amen.